All right. Hello, friends. We're going to do a little late friends inebriated streaming. It has been requested that I play a little bit of Oxygen Not Included. I don't know if any of you are familiar with this game, but it is unique, to say the least. So give me a moment while I get it loaded up. And of course I'm going to have to do a little bit of adjustment here with the master volume. Okay. Maybe a little bit with the graphics. I've noticed that the full screen doesn't do well with this game, or with any of the games that I've tried so far. So, just give me another moment here. Oh, hello, Harshly. You like this game, huh? This is an interesting game. I've played quite a bit of it. Let's look at my Steam profile really quickly. I played 117 hours of this game, and in that time, I think that it's been quite a number of playthroughs, and I feel like I always get to the same spot. I was talking about this to some of my friends. 1 second. Alright, I got Oxygen Not Included powered up and ready to go. My stream link, you say? Well, that's my stream link right there. Alright, so you can see here that I do have a game in progress. I won't jump in the middle of a game like that on stream. I think that's a bad precedent. So we'll start something new. Clearly that's the wrong button. But again, I did warn you that this was an inebriated stream, so here we go. Yep, so we'll generate a new world here. Generating a new world. This will take a moment. That's true. I did not warn you in advance, Harshly. That is true. But that's the risk you take, I suppose. How's my audio sound in comparison to the game sounds? I was fiddling around with that earlier today, and I think I got it balanced nicely. Oh, excuse me. So, I think that the colony should clearly be the nexus. That makes a lot of sense. For the colony to be the nexus. As far as the duplicants go, let's see what we got. Mouth breather, I hate mouth breather. Definitely don't want that. Biohazardous, I feel the same way about that. Maybe this guy, athletic cooking, strength. He strength affects tidying speed, and his interests are tidying. So I feel like this one here, Lindsay, since you're the first person participating in my stream tonight, this one will be Harshly. Okay, that just makes a lot of sense to me. So we're gonna re-roll this guy. Let's see. Bottomless stomach and cook. That's probably not so bad. I mean, yeah, he's going to eat a lot more food, but at the same time, he's got a really good set of attributes here. Interest in cooking, so he can kind of be self-sustaining, I think. So that's pretty good. And because Miles was the first subscriber to my YouTube channel, well, I'll use his handle. So this will be Kiki McFace right here with the girl hair. And let's see what we can get over here. So we got cook and tidy. It's not a great start. I feel like we need some other things, right? I feel like we definitely need some other things. You know, dig, maybe. Maybe. Farm, operate, supply, no. This is going to be hard because I really need more than one thing. Flatulent, I definitely don't want flatulent because that means they create natural gas. And I don't want that mixing in with my atmosphere. I think that's a bad idea. Research and dig. Now, this, unfortunately, they don't have any bonus to learning. Shit, man, they don't have anything good. The interests are good, but the attributes do not really support the interest. So let's keep going. Alright, dig, tidy, build, construction, dig, kindness. This seems okay. Loud Sleeper's a little bit of a bummer, because this duplicate needs to sleep separate from the others. But I think that's doable. I think this is a doable setup. So we're gonna go ahead and roll with this. Here we go. Alert! We are trapped inside of an asteroid. Resources are scarce. Let's not suck, okay? Right? Let's not suck. So, pretty good water resources. I like this starting. Look at all that water, man. Lots and lots and lots of clean water. This is good. So, I don't... Crack, you don't hear me talking? Oh, I've been talking this whole time, buddy. Does everybody else hear me talking? I think Harshly does, because she responded in chat. Do you hear the game sounds, but not me? Do you have the stream muted? Do you have the volume mixer for Twitch in particular turned down? Sometimes your other audio devices will like automatically reduce the sound volume on certain applications. What you do is you go to your system tray here, and you right click on your sound, and you go to your volume mixer, and then you'll see like Twitch and my other things, Twitch and other things. You see it all in there? So I'm still talking, because that's what I do. Talking. Alright, well, while he gets that sorted out, I'm not going to hold up my stream for that guy. As much as I love Crack. Gotta keep moving. So, we're just going to go ahead and dig out all that shit, right? Let's go ahead and dig out all that shit. Alright, so here we go. So let's see, the first, I don't know, so I gotta be a little careful with the placement here. I feel like I don't want to dig too far over because there's a lot of sand right there, and that sand is going to collapse. So I feel like what I'm going to do instead, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? 2, 3, 4, 10. Right. So I feel like I'll do something like this. Maybe. And what we're going to do is instead of building over, I think we're going to start off by building above and below. I feel like that's a safer thing to do. That way we don't risk tapping into this water reserve before we're ready. Because I need to build bathrooms, and I also need to build beds early on. So yeah, that's the thing. So let's go ahead and what we'll do is we'll go ahead and put 2 outhouses and a wash basin here. Bathrooms are by far the most important thing to do early on. Something like this. That's not the right number of tiles, sorry. I want to go that high. We'll talk about why in a little bit. Okay. Let everybody do a little bit of construction here. Okay, and then we want a pitcher pump. So I'm just gonna go ahead and drop one right here in this area. Yeah, okay, looks good. Let's see. Let's do a little bit of something here. Do a little bit of this. Let's set this up so that they wash their... So this directional arrow indicates that they won't wash their hands coming in, they'll wash their hands going out. Okay. Drop some dirt down here in the water. Doesn't make a whole lot of difference, but we'll deal with it nonetheless. And I feel like we should probably go ahead and like work on building our way over. I kind of screwed up with the way I placed this, but I'll change it later. I don't feel like it's worthy of being changed now, honestly, so we'll just leave it alone. I do want to put some compactors. This space is basically useless, so I'm just going to go ahead and load the compactors there. And then up here, alright, now I recall that we have one loud sleeper, right? Does anyone remember? I feel like we have a loud sleeper. Don't tell me now. I feel like we do. I forget how to check though. Apologies, everyone. Oh, here we go. Yeah, loud sleeper. This guy Devin here. I feel like this guy Devin, this loud sleeper, this is gonna be crack. I hope that's okay with everyone. And yeah, good to go. All right. So yep. So we need to set up some furniture. Let's go ahead and set up 2 cots. Okay. Oh man, I didn't get my sleep spots put down before. Bummer. That's impressive, Crack. You're sleeping while you're standing. What do you mean you never got that fart in Oxygen Not Included? What does that mean? What does that mean, Ashley? I don't know what you mean by that. Oh, never got that far. Okay, yeah. You know, honestly, I'm kind of the same way though. I don't get that far. I was telling Spence earlier, I kind of get to the same point every time. I get to the point where I'm using electrolysis to produce oxygen and generate hydrogen power, but by doing that, I use up all my clean water. And then I try to filter out polluted water into clean water, but I never can quite strike a balance with that. So we'll see. Maybe it'll be improved while you all are watching, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and take a few minutes and like sweep up the base while I'm here, because I feel like I should do that. And I just noticed that by putting this here, they can't get over that way. So we'll do that instead. And we'll also dig out this space here. And that space there. Let's do something like that. Alright, so let me start to show you guys some of the overlays, because right now you haven't seen a whole lot of the game. Oh, actually, before I forget, let me relegate Cryak to this lone cot in the middle of nowhere, because he sleeps really loud and disturbs everybody. Alright, so let me show you some of the overlays. So there's an oxygen overlay. Okay, so right now we have this oxalite stone that's creating oxygen, and that's about it. I hit some pockets of oxygen in places, and so I'm doing okay on oxygen at the moment, but you'll start to see that areas down here are low concentration of oxygen, and then you'll start to see some like carbon dioxide and stuff like settle out. This is the reason that I didn't want a colonist that was flagellant, because the flagellant colonists, they produce natural gas, and while there are other ways in the game to run into natural gas, I really don't want to have to deal with that as part of my like gas mixture in my base early on. So that's the oxygen overlay. There's a power overlay, which we haven't got to yet because we don't have any power. Temperature's a thing, which you know, we're pretty cool here, but you can see there's some very hot areas as we start to expand, and even like a cold area here. I wonder if we have a snow biome that close by. That would be cool. Thermal comfort, light, which there's not a lot of light production, just a little bit right here. Plumbing, we haven't got to plumbing yet, or oxygen piping. Decor, this is the only pretty spot we've got. We'll eventually put some decor around. Germs, there's a little bit of food poisoning here. Somebody didn't wash their hands, which is gross. But as you expand, you start to run into this like slime lung. So we got to be careful not to get any of these germs in our base. See all these germs? Look at all that shit. And then there's also rooms in the game. See, I created a little barracks here, which if Crack wasn't such a fucking snorer, I would have put his cot right here. But because he doesn't give a shit about everybody else's comfort, we've got to separate him out. So, just kidding, buddy. I know it's not personal. All right, so moving on. Oh, good. They put up their wall here. That's good. So I did this because I wanted to properly separate out water. I like that the water is right there, but I was concerned about not being able to use the space. So this way we'll be able to split out the space properly. Alright, so moving right along. Let's see. What? I feel like we should be doing some other things here. I feel like... what's it? 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is kind of an odd space. I'm not really sure what I want to do with it because it's such a weird, large space. You know, and this here was a mistake. I should not have done that. Again, I'm a little bit inebriated, so I apologize. I'm not thinking clearly. I shouldn't have done that. I should have expanded it over all the way. Do something like that instead. That'll allow us to put a total of 4 cots in this space. Which we should go ahead and plan for, because we're going to have another duplicate pop up in the printer here soon. So again, I'm still not sure what to do with the space, and chat's kind of quiet. I don't know if anyone out there has any suggestions for me. I mean, clearly I need research. I guess research doesn't really need to be in a room. Just something like that. Something like this, and just say YOLO, and we'll power those all together. And you know, I feel like maybe it's so low, like this is gonna collect carbon dioxide down here for sure. But we should probably go ahead and get a algae oxidizer down here. And now we have access to research, so let's go ahead and look at the research tree. So here's what the research tree looks like. It's crazy, right? There's a lot of things in here, a lot of research to be done. Early on, I usually rush farming. I think farming is a good start because we have no food production right now and we really need it. And yes, we can explore and like try to tap some of these natural resources, but then we run into gas like balancing problems. See how this room is full of carbon dioxide? So that's a real problem. We want to avoid that. And we can come and we can hit up some of this shit down here. Harvest, harvest, harvest. But again, then we have to go and we have to tap into those biomes. There's oxygen in this room, so that's not so bad. There's a decent balance in this room as well. So we can go down there and tap into that stuff. But I've learned the hard way a few times that rushing in this game is always bad. You don't want to outpace your resources, you know. It's hard to recover from that. Alright, so here we go. These are what we're working with. I don't really want to reject them this early in the game. I really could use a 4th set of hands. I don't like that none of them have have learning. That's kind of a bummer. Small bladder, irritable bowel. That's like a terrible combo. I definitely want to avoid that. Irritable bowel in general is not great. I feel like this narcoleptic guy is probably our best bet. The fact that he likes research but has no learning is kind of a bummer, but the art creativity combo is pretty good, and the mole hands is always good. So I feel like this is the way we're going to go. We'll bring Spence into the colony. Spence, you have a man bun. I hope that's okay. So yeah, we don't have any food. I mean, we have a microbe. Yeah. Okay. All right. Good. Good. So we've got a microbe musher. I feel like we should go ahead and throw that down, just so in case we get low on food, we can do something with that. And it's bedtime. Alright, let's go ahead and get prepared for this microbe musher. We need to run some power to it, so... You might notice, like, when you click on certain things in this game, it automatically selects the overlay you need. Like, when I go wire, it selects the power overlay here. But I can also access it this way if I wanted to view the circuit. Things do get pretty complicated in this game, as you can imagine. So, you know, your circuit only holds so much. You can see here that in the circuit overview that I'm producing, I can produce up to 400 watts of power. I'm consuming around 180 watts of power. Maximum safe wattage on one set of wires is 1,000. So you have to be cautious to balance that, right? If you put too much power on the line, then you will have overloads. So we'll let this run for a little bit. I guess, I mean, I have to make mush bars. I have to make gross mush bars out of like dirt and mud and shit. And this is gonna very likely give them diarrhea, but I don't really have a choice at the moment. This is the best I've got. Once I get the farming going, I'm gonna slap down a whole bunch of farms. Let's also go ahead and dig down, all the way down. And then we'll also do a little bit of digging over here, I guess. And then we'll dig over here. You may notice that I'm digging in kind of a weird way. It's for a couple reasons. It's because I'm trying to specifically dig out the algae green tiles. Additionally, I'm trying to avoid digging these oxalite tiles. Alright, we finished researching our food, so I could do meal prep, but I feel like unlocking it advanced is probably the best next step, because that's going to give us a jobs board and advanced computer. Oh, did I forget to... Did I do it? Okay, I did it. Alright, and so we got an algae terrarium, which will convert this excess CO2. I don't really want to do it now, because it uses a lot of water and algae and stuff, and I want to conserve those resources. Compost, definitely want to put down a compost, because these toilets are going to need to be cleaned out soon, and I need to have something that I can do with the waste. And then food, like I mentioned before. Do I want to have it up here? I kind of want to have it down low. The first type of crop that you can make are these things called meal lice, and they actually do okay in a carbon dioxide atmosphere. So I kind of want to have them down low, but at the same time I don't want to be too picky about it, because I just need to get the food production going. And then I can do like a small crop maybe, and then later when I try to do a big crop, I can do it down lower. So for some reason, Twitch is not showing me how many viewers I have right now. I'm not entirely sure why that is. So I can't actually tell who's in here. I feel like I have a couple viewers, but I don't actually know. 5. Alright. Well, thanks, Craig. That's not so bad, really. I've only been streaming for like 5 days. Viewer for every day. So, I only have 1 seed for the meal lice, so we'll go ahead and put 1 in. And then there's like a 30% chance that every time I harvest the plant, I'll get seeds. And these things are the meal lice, so I have a couple opportunities to get seeds here coming up when I dig into those spaces. This is here because they can't reach it. I'll do something about that later. I don't really care about it right now. Greater egg and seed, yeah, we'll do that. These are getting full. I'll have to build some more storage compactors soon. So I definitely want to... I don't know, should I keep this water here? I'm not really sold on this location, you know? I don't really... It's kind of in the way. What kind of germs do we have over here? Oh yeah, we have a ton of fucking germs over here. That's a real bummer. See the gases? See how the gases work in this game? It's really cool. So this polluted water. There's no germs in the water, which is okay. So I could potentially use that water, but there's lots of germs out here in the gas layer, which is a problem. So as long as I don't go too close, I should be alright. What I'll probably do is I'll probably tap this water and let it like collect. Maybe I'll build down a little bit and make a reservoir over here. And then somehow I have to get this water over. This is too far. You know, normally I'll do some sort of fun little trick where I'll like make a path and then I'll like tap into the water and let it flow. But these are so spread apart that I might actually have to pump them from one to the other. Okay, so we got the advanced research now. I feel like we should probably unlock the bigger battery early on. It's much more efficient than the stupid little battery. So, got another plant. And we got a jobs board. Alright, we're definitely going to put a jobs board down. You'll see. This is a newer feature of the game that they added, the jobs board, and it's kind of like a second layer to the priority system. So for those of you that have any familiarity with RimWorld at all, where you have that like 1 through 5 priority system, this game uses that system with sort of a like double plus, neutral, double minus type system. So it's very similar. That's a 1 through 5 option, right? But then in addition to that, it's got this cool jobs board concept, and I'll show it to you here in just a moment once they decide to build it. Let's bump the priority up here. Get it done, guys. Get it done. Alright, jobs board's complete. So, here's what I was talking about. So, earlier I mentioned decor. So the higher you go in the tier system, the more expectation they have of the decor, and then also expectation they have of food standards. So there's a pacing process here. So you can see that Spence, for example, here, he has skill in art and mining and farmhand, but he only has passion for research and art. Now, this art passion and skill is great, but not for now, because it doesn't help me at all right now. I'm not doing any art. So I feel like I'll probably put him on mining. He's got decent skill for it, so that'll be fine. Kryak, you have passion and skill on mining. Harsh, it looks like a very obvious groundskeeper. And Kicky McFace, a little bit of everything, but specifically prefers to cook. So the problem with this is that I put 2 people on tier 1, so they're going to have a little bit of a harder time eating the crappy food. So I wonder if maybe I don't want them over here for now. I feel like maybe early on. What do we need? We need build and supply. You can gopher. And you can probably build, right? Yeah. All right, we'll do that for now. Now watch them come down here, and it's adorable. They put on the hat. Somebody that wears many hats. They literally come and wear the hat of the job. All right, and they can master those jobs, and then I can reassign them later. So it's a pretty cool system. The game also added a like animal husbandry system that I have not explored at all. One of the reasons I don't have much experience with it is a lot of those buildings and stuff that they made for that system, they require plastics. And honestly, I'm not good enough in this game to consistently get to use plastics. I usually fail miserably at it before I get to that point in the gameplay. So I apologize in advance. I don't have any aspirations of grandeur here. I have the sense that I will very likely fail before I get to that point. But at least you'll get to see the early and sort of mid section of the game. Alright, looks like we have another duplicate. Let's see what's going on here. Okay, so wow. I feel like this guy's the clear choice. I'm a little bummed about Biohazardous. That's a real problem. That means this person is going to get sick more often. But the fact that she has 3 learning and a research interest is too good to pass up. Too good to pass up. Let's go ahead and print her. Go to jobs. And so I was trying to avoid tier 1 before, but that's because I usually hold out for at least 1 researcher that can go into tier 1, so I'm okay with that. Look at this guy cleaning the toilet. He was not happy about it. At least he washed his hands. Now this one's cleaning the toilet, also not happy about it. Looks like they delivered they call poop polluted dirt in this game. Delivered the polluted dirt, and now Mima was composting it. See, if this puts off polluted oxygen, so now we have our first like non-oxygen issue to deal with. It doesn't look like it started quite yet. This guy is like sleeping in here. What is happening? Oh, did I not put a bed? Oh, I don't have a bed. Oh, I'm so bad. Sorry, Mima. Let's go to bed. Oh, shit. Alright. Got the bed in here. Digging up some stuff. Got some more meal woods. So that's good. Probably build over in this direction. I don't know. I feel like that's the right thing to do. So now take a look at the oxygen overlay, right? So I've got 1 algae deoxidizer here, using up algae and pumping out oxygen. It's not enough for this space, right? So that's why the oxygen is kind of thin up here, and then you can see that the carbon dioxide is settling down. Carbon dioxide is heavier than oxygen, so it sinks. Alright, finished research. Got ourselves a double battery. Oh shit, I didn't really think that through, did I? The single battery fits here, double battery doesn't. And I didn't really leave myself another spot for it, so that was a bit dumb. I mean, I suppose I could put another level here, right? YOLO, I guess. We'll do that. Somebody posted something on my Facebook earlier. I forget exactly what it was, and they were saying like, would you buy this or something? And I just spontaneously I said, I'd buy that for $1. And you know, for those of you that may know, that's from RoboCop, and I thought it was funny, and I laughed a little bit, and I was like, well, what does it even come from? I don't really remember. I remember it was like on a commercial, and I googled it, and there was like this like synopsis about like the dystopian future world of RoboCop, and it was talking about how like the commercial was about like buying property in this like murder-filled suburb of Detroit or something, and so they were basically like comparing the phrase "I'll buy that for $1" with the phrase like YOLO. It was basically like, well, if you know this property is worth $1, but nobody wants to spend that dollar because it's in an area that will likely get you killed, and so it's like, oh fuck it, I'll buy that for $1. And I thought that was really interesting. I'm like, okay, so they basically came up with the phrase YOLO before YOLO was a thing, I guess. I don't know. I thought it was interesting. Alright, so let's get some power to our battery. This was probably a bad idea. I don't really know what else I'm going to put here. Maybe I'll fill it up with some storage compactors. I don't know. We'll see. Try not to overthink it too much. Did we get access to this stuff down here? I think we did. Making plenty of mush bars. Yummy, yummy mush bars. Giving everybody diarrhea. It's good. It's a good time. Living life. Having diarrhea. I feel like we definitely need more food. It's probably too many. One other thing we can definitely do is start working our way over here. And what we'll do is we'll dig this out. Okay, got a millwood seed. So you might notice that I have another seed in here. I have this blossom seed, but the problem with these, well, first of all, these need light. So that's the biggest problem. So I could, at some point in the near future, I could get light bulbs, and I could make a little farm of these bristle blossoms. But it's not very efficient, and unfortunately, the light produces heat. And these guys also have a relatively low heat threshold on the upper end, 86 degrees. I mean, this area is already like 72. And down here, with all the power, is 75. So, I mean, it'll get to 82 pretty fast. So I gotta be careful about that. Looks like we're done with the mush bars, so I'll queue up one more set of them. I don't like to put this on continuous because I don't really want them to keep making it, but at the same time, I don't want them to run out of food. Okay. Research complete. Very nice. Missing research station. Right. Because I need a supercomputer. which for the moment I feel like we're going to put right here. Okay. No more mealwood seeds. We really need some more mealwood. So we do now have our first polluted water produced from this wash basin. There's nothing I can do about this polluted water. It's just going to sit here and produce polluted oxygen, which I don't actually see any of. There it goes. Thankfully, it kind of like bubbles together for a while until it gets big enough to multiply. But there's some, you can see it just a little bit at a time. There's some polluted oxygen floating around. There is like a deodorizer kind of building that I can get that'll cleanse that, but not at the moment. Not a lot I can do about it. Usually what I do in this game is I'll build like a little reservoir, sort of like a cistern, or a, what's another word for it? You know, the fucking thing that you have on your property when you have a well instead of city water. You know what I'm talking about. Look at that water flow. No, man. Oh shit. Oh shit, that's way too much water. Okay, hold on. This is not great. I think I screwed this up. Let's make this a 9 priority. See if we can fix our problem before it gets worse. Come on, guys, build the things. No. Don't build this thing. Build that thing. Okay. All right. That was not great. So we definitely spilled a lot of water there. Okay. Awesome. No, not a water pump, Crack. Where your sewer goes on a property that's using well water that doesn't have like city sewage and stuff. That's what I was trying to say. That was epic. Yeah. You're welcome. Did that for the entertainment factor. I hope you enjoyed it. Septic. Yeah. Septic is the word I was trying to come up with. Wrecked. Shut up, Harsh. It was probably your fault. You're in the colony, not me. Alright, let's find another duplicate here. Okay. I don't know, these people kind of suck. The tinkering operate combo is actually pretty good. Small bladder's not the end of the world. It just means they have to pee twice in a cycle. I might do tinkering. I don't think I have anyone else that's tinkering or operating, so I feel like that's probably the way to go. You know what? Fine, Harshly. Also, I can't spell harshly. Now you're in the colony twice. You're twice as responsible for my screw-ups. We'll see how that turns out. Yeah. Oh, bed. Yeah. Thank you, Crack. Yeah. Let's see where we're gonna put this bed. Well, I'm not gonna have time to like dig out a whole area, so we'll just put it right there for now. Oh, I was too slow. Where did Harshly 2 go? Is it just me? Or I don't see harshly. Oh, right here. Okay, I see. Also harshly. Alright, good job. And let's give also harshly a job. Alright. Engineer is good. Yeah. So that will be our second tier 2 person. I don't really want to go too deep into that. That's probably trying myself. Yeah. This is still a bit of a problem here. I don't really have a great solution for this. One of the first things I was thinking is that maybe I'll try to like dig some of this out here. And trash compactors. Harshly, your bed is surrounded by trash compactors. I hope that's okay. Copy settings. Okay. Alright, let's mop up some of this extra water, since we're at the point now where we've got that cleaned up. We're going to have to deal with this water down here eventually, and whatever. Okay, let's see. We just finished our research. That does give us airlocks. Big help for containing the flow of oxygen. Right, because things are going to start getting out of control. We're going to start having areas where we don't want to oxygenate. Ventilation, okay. I think I need to go deeper into plumbing. I feel like that's probably the way to go. We definitely need filtration. Clay into ceramics. There's some stuff since the last patch that I don't even know. I'm not fully familiar with. But let's go sanitation first, and then we'll go filtration, and then we'll go air systems, and then we'll be ready to. Yep. Deeper, harder, faster. Now I'm gonna have to flag this video as adult-only harsh things. Oh, somebody got hyperthermia. That's not good. Harshly 2. Alright, well that actually fixed our problem right here. So let's go ahead and deconstruct these now, and that should be able to contain that little extra water. Sure we are. So somebody's sick, I noticed. Somebody's got hypothermia, but I don't have any med beds. I mean, I guess I could put one down, but I hate to build things that I'm gonna just dig up later. It's a bit of a bummer. Waste of resources and time. As much as I don't want to do it, I've been avoiding it because of all this carbon dioxide. I feel like we should probably start to build upwards here. We'll do something like this. the tile overhead the beds that allows me to put some picture frames up here. Really important for the decor. So now, oh shit. Okay. That's a real problem. I just noticed that the pressure is so low up here that our meal root is not growing anything. That's bad. Building entombed. Oh shit. Alright, so in the short term, let's go ahead and make some more mush bars. We'll just have to deal with the diarrhea, and that way we can keep producing food. We'll have some hygiene soon. I can put in some legit bathrooms. I've also got some airflow tiles. As much as I don't like to burn up the copper too early, I think it's really important that we have proper airflow in the base. Should probably go ahead and put another oxygen or algae deoxidizer in here. Feel like maybe it should be right here. It's a little bit out of balance because of the way they're overlaid, but I feel like it's okay. I think also our power usage is a little out of balance here. Yeah. So we have the total potential power consumption of 540 watts, but we're only producing 400 watts. So it's a bit of a problem, and we're about to put more on it. So we definitely need to either make another manual power generator, or we're going to need to create a different source of power. You guys sleeping in the bathroom. It's time to wake up and clean the toilet. Big battery here is helping us a lot. Lots and lots and lots. Am I? I said lots and lots and lots in a row, so maybe it's not an echo. Okay. Am I? I didn't do anything different. Anyone else hear me echoing? I don't know. I don't know what to say. I definitely want a lavatory. I want to put some plumbing in place, but I need... Oh, that looks... That's fresh water. Fresh water over here too. I feel like maybe I'll put it directly below. That way I can dump it out into this biome here. There's no disease here, so this is a big benefit. I feel like this is right. So let's go ahead and consider what it will look like. Well, that's not going to happen right away. I'm going to need the advanced level miners to dig out this lower level stuff here, this granite. Am I still echoing? I'm not really sure what to say about that. What about now? How's this sound? So I just adjusted a setting. Is this improved at all? Oh, so it is improved then? Okay, great. I'm not sure why that changed. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure why that changed, but I do see what was the cause, so... Alright, that's resolved. Okay. So, let's see, we just finished our research. That was just plumbing, filtration, and shit. We're not ready for any of that yet. So... You know, as much as I want to do air systems, I'm not going to be ready for air systems anytime too soon. Let's go ahead and do the decor stuff. That'll give me access to the paintings that I can do to increase the decor inside of my base. And let's get a few more mush bars going, just to be certain that everyone's fed, because our calories are getting pretty low here. Let's see. So I think I'm going to need one of these tier 3 miners to dig out that granite. And put in all the doors and beds and other goodies. Spence, you still with us? Spencer. Hey. I was just checking to see if you were still with us. You know, it was your... Yep. It was your game request, so I just wanted to see what you thought, if this was everything you ever hoped and dreamed for. It's a unique game, to say the least. Nothing out there anywhere like it. So there's still a lot that we haven't had a chance to explore yet. You can see some of these rooms. Some of these rooms here have like old tech in them that we get to go and explore. I found there was one over here, it looks like. There's also the possibility of running into geysers, which is really cool. A lot of clean water over here, which I'm really surprised about. I wonder if there is... Oh yeah, see, look how this is cold right here. So I feel like there's probably one of the ice biomes down there, which is really good news. Running into ice biome is a really good thing, because that's going to give us options for cooling off our base. As the game progresses, you start to have issues with cooling, because you're surrounded by heat, right? And of course you produce heat, and your equipment produces heat. Remember earlier I was talking about it, and I was saying 75 degrees. Now we're upwards of 79 degrees, especially down here, 80 degrees. So it's starting to get toasty in the base. I don't really know what I want to do with the space over here, but I'm not going to use it right now, so I feel like I'm going to block it off, so I'm not wasting oxygen up there. We're definitely, with the two algae oxygenators, we're producing quite a bit of oxygen now. That's good. We're doing really good on algae, total algae at the moment, which is good, but we will eventually run out of like steady deposits of algae, which is a bit of a problem. We're also going to run out of copper at some point, and the ideal scenario is by the time you start running out of copper, you've started to tap into iron deposits like this. So hopefully we'll start to see that. But this biome that we're in, this is the only biome like this. This is like the safe biome that has the algae, and it has the fertilizer and the coal and the copper. This is the only biome like this on the whole map. Once we have tapped all these resources, we start to deal with different biome types that have a lot more challenges. So we're going to have to start dealing with chlorine and hydrogen up here, and other things, natural gas eventually, and all this polluted shit. We want to try to avoid getting into this polluted biome as much as possible. There is the ability to build exosuits and stuff so that we can explore those areas safely. I saw one guy play through this game, and his strategy was, once he got to that level, he built bedrooms, and in each bedroom was an exosuit, and his oxygen production was limited to where it only pumped oxygen into the bedrooms and into the suits, and that was it. And so he had like 10 or 12 duplicants in his colony, and all he did was pump oxygen into the bedrooms and into the suits. And then they would, in order to exit their bedrooms, they had to get into the suits and go out into the hostile environment. It's a really cool concept. And I don't really see a real big downside to it, honestly. Other than the fact that you have less control over movement. They can't just go wherever they want to, you know? Alright. We're starting to run into some breathing problems down here because there's nothing to breathe. I think in the short term I will probably put a terrarium down here to gobble up some of this carbon dioxide and give them a little bit of breathing space while they're working down here. Alright, let's go ahead and explore this area. Let's go ahead and do something like this. Something like that. And we're going to put a liquid pump down here. Yep. Just like that. And then we'll run some power up to it. Just like that. And of course that's a temporary arrangement because we just want to move that water from one to the other. It does also look like we have another duplicate, so let's take a look at that. Not great. None of this is good. I think I'm gonna reject them. Reject them all. Got the oxygen terrarium going. That's good. This actually looks pretty nice over here. I'm actually pretty happy about the way this is set up. I have really easy access to this secondary algae deposit. I mean secondary by the fact that it's not part of the primary biome. So that's really nice. It also gives us safe access to this technology here. And it gives us safe access to this ice biome. And I really don't have to traverse dangerous polluted area at all. And the fact that there's fresh water over here, that's a really good start. Really good start. People mastering jobs all over the place. Yeah, food shortage, I know. It's a real problem. Real problem, guys. Take a look at the jobs. I really don't want to jump up to tier 3. Who's the cook? Kicky McFace is the cook, but he's also our builder. So, can you build? Ooh, Cryak can build. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna move Kicky McFace to the cook job. Yep, and we're gonna move Cryak to the architect. And then soon we're gonna put somebody on the miner here, but not for very long, just long enough so that they can crack into this area, and then we'll move on from there. I definitely want to have this done very soon because I need a place that I can reliably dump polluted water. Because once I set up, probably somewhere over in this area, I'm going to set up a true like bathroom area with latrines and sinks, and I need somewhere for that polluted water to go consistently. We're going to get there soon. Alright, blank canvas. I'll just do like a limited amount of art. I don't want to go overboard, you know. Probably something like that for right now. Maybe something over here. That's probably good. Alright, let's see. I feel like meal preparation is probably the way to go. Yeah. Because we need the grill. I want to say in the farm tiles. I feel like that's the right way to go. And then what we can do is, because the meal lice grows well in the carbon dioxide, down low here, where all this carbon dioxide is gathering, we can put a true farm. And I think that'll sustain us. I know, food shortage, I get it. I get it. Okay. Moving right along. Everybody's working real hard. I don't have anybody set for art, so this stuff is not going to do much for us at the moment. They do produce some decor, even though they're blank. So it's not a waste of time to do this at all. And then once we get an artist, we can start putting paintings together. I kind of want to tap into this area over here. This is really tempting, you know, to just like drop an airlock and throw down some ladders like that and just dig into it. There's no germs there, so it seems reasonable. Alright, another night come and gone. Cycle 16. Looks like we got some high stress. That's not great. Not great. I don't need this bed anymore. So that person can sleep up here on the next row. I want her to sleep in the room because these rooms give recovery. Got a little bathroom here too. Got some stress relief in there. Wait till you see this bathroom I'm gonna build, guys. It's gonna be fancy. Fancy. Missing the copper though. Running low. Low, low, low. It's not good. Feel like I probably need to dig up all this crap here. Just to get access to some copper. Food! Okay. Yeah, that's probably a bad idea. I'm already running the hell out of my battery. Or I have a guy on here like full time basically. So let's actually, yeah, let's do some internal combustion. We got plenty of coal. We can handle a little bit of carbon dioxide production, so we'll get a coal generator in here. That'll work perfectly on this set of wires because we'll have 400 and 800, which will potentially overload the wire as long as they're not working together. So we'll probably set up some cycling for that. We'll talk more about that when we get there. Fancy for a rock. Yeah. I mean, how you can't ever get true fancy in this place. I mean, I named this colony the Nexus, but honestly, the auto generator for the colony names are hilarious. They call it like the sticky asteroid, or like the grotesque train wreck, or like the sewer system, or they like have all these ridiculous names for the auto generator for the colony. Alright, doing pretty good. We're working our way down into this, into our little septic system that we're making. We definitely need a upgraded digger, but before we do that, we're really in desperate need for some stress relief. So I feel like I'm going to put some massage tables down. Our stress is getting way up there, man. We've got stress up here around 74%. Most people, it's actually not that bad on. Actually, I'm only gonna build one of these because it's not that bad on most of you now that I look at it. It's only bad on harshly too. Almost harshly. What is wrong with you? Almost harshly. Every single also harshly has perpetually damp hands. It must be genetic. Yeah, okay. I can see that. Perpetually damp hands. It's kind of weird. Also harshly. Wonder why they're damp all the time. Hey, so we got our plumbing. So here's what the plumbing overlay looks like. Imagine how crazy this is going to look when you have multiple plumbing systems happening at once. Gets pretty crazy. You can also have like bridges. Oops, sorry about that. I forgot what button it was to rotate. You can also have like liquid bridges, so you can like hop over the pipes and have multiple plumbing systems that like cross over each other without disrupting the flow. And then imagine even further that you have plumbing systems and you have ventilation systems, and they're all flowing simultaneously. And you're trying to track that shit. One thing I really like about the game is the UI, honestly. I think they did a great job with the UI. I love how when you select an overlay, you get like a little tutorial that pops up that reminds you like about input and output and flow and stuff. It's really useful. Especially the power one. Once you start having to deal with transformers and stuff, they get really complicated. So the reminder about how they flow, useful. Alright, we do have some coal power now. Let's go ahead and set up another research here. Well, Probably... Probably we're gonna go... Decontamination. I like the type, the like auto doors that gives us access to. So. And also the ability that gives us the deodorizer that will allow us to cleanse polluted oxygen. It's pretty good. Alright, so things are going pretty good. We got our water here is being pumped. Looks like it's going pretty consistent, although I think we're tapping out this power system pretty hard. Let's go ahead and put a coal generator on it and see. See what happens. I have a feeling that we're gonna stress the system a bit, but I think 1200 might not be so much that it's a big problem. Oh man, I feel like I might reject these guys again. Once you start getting into the later parts of the game, you really want people that has bonus to learning. I definitely don't want researchers with no learning, so these guys are basically out. This guy's not bad. However, again, I really would like to avoid flatulent. I'm not desperate for another dupe anyway, so I think we're gonna leave it alone. Getting low on food. Let's get some more mush bars going. Oxygen overlay is looking great. We probably want to separate this out, honestly. This guy's going to be producing carbon dioxide, and plus this is a pretty big space we're filling up with O2 at the moment. Oh yeah, what happened over here? Nothing. We got stalled out because of the advanced mining needed. You know, this is a bit of a bummer because we can't... I don't think we're going to get the advanced mining right away to do that. We definitely need more food. I think I need to not think too much about the water situation. I think we need like a whole row of food right now. That sounds like the right thing to do. Because it's low, low, low. Hey, we got the coal power going. I feel like we're going to charge up some batteries pretty fast like that. I might even want to put a second battery. It's like a big battery on there. Alright. So I was thinking about it a little bit, and I feel like we're going to go agriculture now. That way we can get some hydroponics going. Yeah, these are the ones I was talking about, the mechanized airlocks. I like these mechanized airlocks a lot more than the manual ones. The manual ones, while they're a little bit cheaper, they're slow, and you have to stand there and wait for them to open and close. Mechanized ones you can power if you want, and you can set to automate, which you guys haven't even seen any of the automation stuff. We'll get there. We might not get there tonight because it's getting pretty late, and there's still a lot more of this game to go. But we will get there. Well, it's looking okay. So a little bit concerned about the overall like oxygen pressure down here, but I feel like it's pretty good. And that'll give us another set of crops here. In the meantime, we'll go ahead and get some more mush bars going just to keep us fed. Harshly, that comment was super dirty. I almost repeated it and or said something about it, but I tried to leave it alone. But now nobody else has said anything since, so I keep looking at it. Alright. I feel like we're definitely going to do something like this eventually, right? Yeah, I bet you don't. We're going to turn the priority up on this just a tiny bit so they keep it filled with coal. I should probably also keep an eye on our coal. 6.1 tons. That's pretty good. Algae's starting to get a little low. So I feel like should probably dig up some of it. Feel like that. Had a little accident down here. Starting to run out of space in our oxygen reservoir. This thing is continuously pumping, and we are not adjusting that at all. I don't have any automation set up, so I'm wondering if maybe in the short term we just dig out another layer of it, maybe up the side here a little bit. See how long they can hold their breath down here. This might cause them to get hypothermia, which would be a little bit of a bummer. We'll see. We'll see how fast I can work. Alright, bedtime. That's good. And now there's enough power and enough battery supply where the oxygen production will continue through the evening. So it's a bit more balanced than it was. So I think at the moment we have a pretty good building plan going. Actually, before I go, I think there's one other thing that I would like to set up with you all. So let's figure out our bathroom setup. So let's see. So we need to have a place for the polluted water to go. I don't want to put it above the tiles that we're going to be walking across, right? So we'll put it like right there. All right. So I feel like there's no reason not to just put it right there below that. 1, 2, 3, 4. It's gonna be weirdly staggered, unfortunately, because I didn't put these rooms here consistent with my 4-tile high building plan. But we're just gonna have to deal with that. Hopefully none of you are OCD enough where that's gonna matter. I'm certainly not OCD, so I can deal with that. Oddly enough, the bathrooms, let's see, the latrines, they need a toilet and they need a wash station. They don't actually require a shower, so if we wanted, we could put showers separate. I definitely want the sink to be near the front of the room. At this point, we have such an advanced environment that we want to have a little bit of decor. Let's see. We don't need more than one sink, but we can fit more than one lavatory. And then I feel like, you know, why the hell not? We'll put a shower in here. Do something like that. No, I want to make it. I don't know what I'm going to put here, but I want to make it a little more. Actually, I got to pay attention to the room size. Maximum tiles 64. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's plenty of space. I think what I'll do is I'll do another sink, and then we'll do a door. We'll do something like that, and that way I can direct the sinks to go both directions. Okay, and then we'll need to do some plumbing. We'll need to do some water in and some water out, that kind of thing. But I'll wait until these get built, and then I'll start working on that. Food shortage. Okay, here we go. So let's see. So we will do plumbing water inputs and water outputs. Something like that. Looks good to me. How about nope? None of that looks good. Oh damn. Put this battery here and I didn't connect it. Bummer. Okay. Refrigerators, hydroponics, fertilizer. And a farm station. Farm station is really nice. Necessary component to a greenhouse. So once we get a farmhand going, we can build farm rooms. Greenhouse, accelerated plant growth. It requires one of those buildings for it. But it's a little ways down the road. We got plenty to do until then. I feel like I'm probably just going to go ahead and knock out air systems. At some point in the near-ish future, we will have to start to build like electrolyzers and split up that water into oxygen. It's only so long we can survive on algae. I mean, granted, there's a lot of algae around our base, but in general, algae it's a slower oxygen production, so it doesn't do as good of a job in large spaces. This map actually has a lot more algae on it than I'm used to seeing, so we might be able to hold out. You know, this might be able to hold out a little longer than I usually do. Nice pockets of it. Here. This cold biome right here is really promising. I'm gonna do that. I'm not gonna set it up. I'm gonna do this. This is getting full. I need to dig this out a little bit more. I'm gonna run out of water. I mean, I guess I gotta flip this off. Disable building at a 9. Turn that off for now. I don't want another spillage. We still haven't recovered from the last one. Everything's coming along nicely. Alright, so I think this is a good place to end the stream. We've got a pretty decent amount of food production going on here now. This is a nice big harvest. We've almost got our septic system here set up. We've got our plumbing mostly in place for our bathroom area. We've got a nice freshwater reservoir here going. So things are coming together pretty nicely. I think after we've finished this, I'm going to attempt to move somebody to a tier 3 digger so we can dig out and hit some of these tech spots nearby, and then we're probably going to push into the cold biome. I feel like that's the right move. And honestly, I won't be able to do it from here. So it's actually, now that I'm looking at it, might be a little tricky because we won't be able to dig through this abyssite, and we won't be able to dig through this tile here. And if we tap in over here, we're going to break into this water. So I guess I kind of have to hope that this building is broken in some way. It looks like there might be some spots where there's no tile, and maybe I can step into the building and then dig through it. So another 20, huh? What do you mean another 20? 20 minutes? I mean, I'm glad you're enjoying yourself. That certainly makes me happy. Yeah, at least you say. I do have to go to work in the morning. I don't have a lot to do tomorrow, but I do have a few hours worth of things that I need to do tomorrow. I'm hoping to knock those out up to about lunchtime or 1 o'clock maybe, and then I'll come back and I'll probably hop on and play something else at that point. But it is 12:30, so I think it would be best if I go ahead and leave. So I'm going to leave it here. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you guys hanging out with me, supporting my streaming endeavor. Yeah, Crack, it's a Steam game. Honestly, buddy, I never really brought it up to you because I wasn't sure that it was your style. But yeah, I mean, if you enjoy it, good. I'm stopping the stream now.